Hello, this is Gene. I thought I would update my video on Abby Dawson and Max because I actually went and saw the movie. Just a second. As I said in my first video about Abby Dawson, that it was not going to get wasn't going to go in the back burner, and as you can see, that I believe Sen Man, the guys, basically the men's group there at Kennesaw State, hosted by Sage Gerard, who's a student there who also just developed like one of the first men's centers on campus in the country. So they haven't let it go. The only thing that started getting a bit more concerning for me, that I saw some reporting that I think his name is Kevin Bruce, the kid that was basically said he was a harasser, and now he's standing out there with a couple other people. And I don't know if they're doing like a sit-in, but it seems to be too. There's no deserved diversity there. It's a couple other black women with him, and as he said before, he didn't think this was a race thing, and I hope it doesn't go down there. I hope that he doesn't go down that road, because as he said when it first happened, that it wasn't anything to do with race, that it was just how Mr. or Mrs. Dawson treated the students there. So I hope that Kevin Bruce, maybe by this point he's talked to Sage Gerard and they got some sort of action plan. I saw some quote-unquote their demands. I don't really like the idea of giving anybody demands, but like or saying the word manifesto or anything like that. But I think that what they had to do, There's nothing wrong with what they asked for. You should respect the people who are paying for your jobs there. So as I said before, Abby, you should apologize, and you should say that you're going to do better. I'm sure when she gets out of the 2-week, if nothing happens, they're going to do something there. There's going to be some sort of protests, and it might get some more media coverage. So in a long way, it'll be something good for the students there, and maybe it'll help out. Maybe some more people will join Zen Men there at Kennesaw State, because at some point Sage is going to leave, and he has to do his own thing, so somebody has to carry it on. So let me also the update. I actually watched Mad Max. I said in the first video that I understand both sides of the argument. Obviously, it's a movie that any MRA would like to watch. I mean, it's great actions and stuff like that. But I do see some of the. I mean, there is some underpinning about who destroyed the world. That it was men. Well, we probably would have, but at that point we were in control of things. And the guy who's obviously the biggest bad person is a man. But if you really look at the movie, and I'm not going to try to spoil it at all, but yes, he was a tyrant and all that stuff, but he also was trying to get the human race back to where it was before. But it is kind of funny. I mean, all the people that have positive role models in the movie are women. And I heard a lot of people on IMDb talking about that it's a very powerful role for women. Theron was very strong in it. This is, again, I don't want to spoil the movie, but for the first hour of the movie, other than the first time she has to do anything with Max, but before that, all she's doing is looking at the camera, just looking. She's not saying anything. And yes, part of acting is being able to show that emotion, and she did well there, but I don't see anything. You know, a lot of people saying that this movie is really about her, and it might be, because Max gets there, and he gets in her world. But without Max, she doesn't get what she wants at the end. This idea that all the women in there are so empowering that they didn't. One of them, people on IMDb were saying that they don't need any man, but again, I don't want to spoil it, but without Max, she wouldn't have got what she wanted. So And the idea with everybody that's positive in the movie is a woman. But as a spectacle, as an action movie, it's probably the best I've seen. Probably, that might be the best I've ever seen when you really think about it. So in MRAs, there'd be a couple times in the movie you might like, oh god, here we go. But after that, it doesn't matter. The actions are so good. The story is somewhat good, and I think that a lot of people that reviewed the movie are trying to say that Hardy wasn't very good as Max. I thought he did pretty well. I like Hardy anyway. I mean, if anybody's watched Locke and see how he dealt with that, that's anybody who's never watched the movie Locke. It's on Netflix, I believe, and it's also Amazon Prime if you have that. It's just him in a car and how he deals with so much stress and how a man can do it, even though he made some mistakes in his life, but he did everything right, and he stand up and took responsibility for what he did, and that's something that, as a man, that in a lot of ways kind of separates us from women, and so that's one of his best roles and should have been nominated for it. But anyway, basically what I'm going to say is that Abby Dawson, you're not out of the woods yet. Some people are going to still protest this because obviously it's been going on for a while. You have a chance still to apologize for your actions. You can do it right now on Twitter and say, look, I want to apologize. Later on, maybe I'll do something publicly, maybe in front of the school with students out there. Don't be stupid about it. Just come on. Don't be like Tom Brady and try to blame everybody else when you knew what you were doing. So at least Kraft is not going to do anything to the NFL anymore because he knows he was wrong from his stupid arrogance. But I don't want to get into that either. But anyway, and as far as Mad Max, watch the movie. You should support a movie that it shows wide shots. It's not herky motion camera type stuff. It reminds me of some of the epics from years ago that were not always actions like Lawrence of Arabia, although there's parts in there where they show that. But it's just so well done. And I know Avengers is out there making billions and billions of dollars, but I would like to see a second one. And whether that means that Theron is in the movie or not doesn't mean anything. I don't think it will be. If anybody watches the movie, you'll probably see why. All in all, I thought they did a good job with the universe of Mad Max, and it's not a feminist movie to a point, but there is some undertones. But it's not enough not to watch the movie. So don't boycott it because that's what MRAs want to do, or not. So anyway, you guys have a good day. Next week I'll have something more on my thoughts of the week. I'm still waiting to see if anything that comes up that might pique my interest that I'll actually talk. And thank you for watching. This was one of my top 3 or 4 most views videos, and people actually was commenting, which I like. I was told I look like Super Dave Osborne. Didn't really saw that, but I guess I see it now. Obviously, when he was on Showtime, I probably look more like him then because I'm sure he's a little bit older than me, I think. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.